Welcome drone video fans, my name is Bill and this 10-minute video is on Geneva Township Park located in Ashtabula County in Northeast Ohio. Before we get into the video, I thought I'd give a little information. The property that this park sits on was owned by a gentleman from New York City who passed away in 1893. The executor of his estate, Robert Gear, sold the property to the Board of Park Commissioners in Geneva Township for the reasonable cost of $5,000 back in 1914. Quite a bargain. So here you see the main pavilion with the marking on there, Geneva Township Park. You can see it's got some really nice fire pits with adjustable grates over here for larger items, and they got some smaller grates. And it gets totally undercover there where the picnic tables are, with a nice view of the lake. And speaking of a view of the lake, we're going to ascend here and go over the top of the main pavilion here, and you can see Lake Erie. We're facing due north now, and I wanted to get up here and turn around and do flying back away shot of the facility. So here we're just flying and keeping the main pavilion in sight. And you can see one of the features there is they have not only have steps leading down to the lake, but they also have ramps that they have built which make it wheelchair or handicap accessible. And so we're gonna get up a little bit closer here, and then I'm going to pitch the camera down so that you can maybe have a little bit better look at the work of those walkways and the ramp ways. Now I come down to this park on my bicycle maybe twice a week. It's about a 16.5 mile trip for me from where I live, but I enjoy coming down here, and it's really a nice place to visit. So after taking a look there, we decided to do a little bit of a flyover of the park itself. You can see in the distance there the playground area, but we have these 100-foot tall trees to sort of navigate over the top of. And there's the building there that you see on the left. Is sort of a historic building that is open at various times of the day for information. And so we're going to pitch the camera down here and fly over the top of the playground area, which you can see has not only benches for the parents, but swings either end, and the jungle gym sort of thing there in the center. We're going to turn here and pan around, and you can see my little white car there parked in the parking lot. This is the eastern side parking lot, and we're facing in the easterly direction here. And before we decided to come down and get a little bit more of a ground level inspection, I decided to make my way down. So remember, we got these trees here and a little bit of a wind, and we're gonna just kind of guide the Phantom 3 down here through the trees and branches and get down to a level where we can shoot at ground level and get to see some more of the park. You'll see quite a few of these picnic tables located and benches to sit on, and wherever there's a picnic table there are one of those grills for doing your own grilling. So that's another feature of the park, plus these pathways that run through there that allow people to walk and jog and ride their bikes and just enjoy the park. We're coming up on the what I call the party or reserved pavilion. When we get up there, you'll see that there's a clipboard located on the left-hand side, and that's a spot for you to write down your name and time which you want to reserve it. You also can reserve by calling the park officials and reserve it that way, but that way you can reserve it for like birthday parties or graduation parties or family get-togethers. And it's a real nice place with that red, you can see there's a red water spigot there, so you can get water, and it has electricity and everything, so it's quite nice. Flying up on the playground area here, and I can never resist taking a picture of the flag when it's posted. It's a shame that the wind wasn't enough to unfurl it and have it blowing in the wind, but anyways, I thought that was a nice shot there with a flag there in the playground. As we turned, you saw in the background there was a volleyball court. There's more picnic tables and benches located throughout the area. You can see the roof of this pavilion is well maintained, and every time that I come out here, they have regular maintenance guys that are out performing maintenance on all areas of the park seemingly every day, and that's because Geneva on the lake, Geneva's prime business is tourism. Geneva on the lake is one of the oldest, America's oldest tourism cities, and it's been attracting people long since before the advent of the national highway system. So I thought we'd fly down now over Lake Erie. Back in the early days of my camera flying here, video aerial photography, used to scare me a bit to fly out over the lake, but I found the Phantom 3 Advanced to be very reliable, and I don't give it a second thought mostly now. So here we're about 50 yards off the shore, and we're just flying sideways in a westerly direction, and I get a chance to take in the park. You see several white benches there next to the main pavilion. Also see some erosion control concrete abutments that are slightly submerged, and I think probably in a few years they're going to have to redo those in order to make sure that the erosion stays under control here. We're getting to an area here that's wide open, that's used for ball games, or people want to play catch with their dogs, throwing a ball for them, or soccer games. And there's another little shelter with a blue roof there in the background, and this is the west side of the park, and a little parking lot there which leads via Lake Road right to the strip on Geneva on the Lake, and I have a video up on that. So we're going to fly a little more quickly back to the other side and take a quick look at the shore on the other side, the east side of the park. The reason I did that is because they do have a pathway which we'll be flying over a little bit later, which leads down to this shore. And sometimes couples or people will walk down that pathway, especially in the evening, and want to sit on the shore and maybe watch the sunset, or just have a nice cool place to get away from and sit down and chat. And this is certainly an idyllic scenic area, and it's usually nice and cool because of the lake there. And the lake is really calm this day because there was a south breeze. We're turning and facing dead east here, and you're going to see way out in the distance some land jutting out into the lake, and that's the city of Ashtabula, a city which Bob Hope, if any of you remember Bob Hope, he used to use the city of Ashtabula in a lot of his comedy sketches. We're swinging back around now, and we're going to head back towards our takeoff location. You get a chance to see that pathway that leads down to the shore. And remember that all of this land was purchased for a reasonable price of $5,000 back in 1914. So I think it was quite a bargain, and the continuous and ongoing improvements and maintenance make it really a nice place, not only for the local residents, but for the thousands of out-of-state visitors who come here to enjoy Geneva on the Lake and what it has to offer. We're getting up close here. You can see the pathway that leads down there, some benches, my landing pad, and we're going to turn around now and back. So thanks for stopping by and watching. I hope you enjoyed this visit to Geneva Township Park. Leave a comment if you're so inclined, or a thumbs up, and come back and visit the channel again. We try to get up a new video once a week. Thanks for stopping by.